Hey fellow Santas, this is DJ Squatch, Santa Squatch here. I've been watching a lot of guys talk about their beards and how they paint them and how they color them. And I wanted to kind of get on here and talk about the journey that I've been on this past season. So I'm just going to hang out here for a few minutes, see if anybody jumps onto the live. And go from there. Big thing here is if you can see here, I have dark hair for the most part. And last year, underneath here, got really salty. And then I got some salt and pepper going on in here. And then my mustache kind of started turning a lighter color. So I decided to bleach this year. And my beard is very thick, very coarse. I tried at home. It never would go as light as I needed it to. So I ended up, a friend of mine is a beautician. I'm very fortunate here because the home we live in, my grandmother, she's still living, but the home we live in, she had a beauty salon attached to it. So I have access to her station, her old station, all of her old tools. So I've been able to spend the last couple of seasons really just trying to perfect this. So prior to this season, I have always used, I've tried Ben Nye, I've tried some of the products that I've tried. I've tried Mayron, and that I seem to work the best. I tried the Punky Spray. The Punky Spray worked wonderful, but it really dried my skin out, and it just gave it that really fake look as far as the whiteness goes. But anyway, so this year we switched over, bleached everything out. I did have it done by a professional. I found a lady here local, again, who's a friend who used to do studio makeup for some like B-movie sets. And what we found out is that with my coarseness and everything, I kind of have to stay away from the purple shampoos. It gives me an ashy look. The blues mixed with my regular shampoo kind of work. But I kind of wanted to go through the process. I saw a guy earlier on one of the groups talking about trying the Ben Nye. I did not like Ben Nye. I thought that it was flaky. It didn't stay on. It didn't seal well. So I'm going to show you my process tonight. So now granted, this is the very short process, because used to I would spend an hour to an hour and a half prepping my beard. So what I switched over to this year or last year, and I'm using it again this year to kind of cover up these dark spots so I don't have to go in and get bleached. My hair grows super fast. This is 1 week of growth from the last bleaching. So if I were to stay bleached, I would have to go in at least once a week. I do like the fact that my hair's dark underneath, so it gives it some depth and it's not so just white. I know it looks blonde right now in this lighting. Yellow lights obviously make the white hair look blonder. So what I wanted to show you though is what I use to cover this up and how well it works. So the first thing I did last year, and I'm going to try to turn my camera here, I used, excuse the mess, this right here, you can get on Amazon. It's about $120 to $140. It's an airbrush machine. I had one of them, I do weddings during the year as a DJ, and she really put me on to it. She's a makeup artist, and she's like, hey, you need to use an airbrush machine. So I purchased this. It has the gun. We put the makeup in here, and you just airbrush it on. But here's the key. We tried this with the Ben Nye. It went in, but it didn't stick. We tried it with just the Mayron, and it does work. But again, anytime you touch your face, it flakes off. So in doing my research, I found that using the Mayron mixed with the Mayron mixing liquid, I don't know if you can see that or not, the Mayron mixing liquid, this kind of acts as a lacquer. I guess it helps it become sticky and stick to your face. So you mix that in, And I use a little measuring cup right here for a 1-to-1. So you get a 1-to-1 mixture. And then I pour that in my machine. I made way too much for this. And then I turn on the machine. And if you turn it on, you get a little bit, sorry, my light fell. You get a little bit of, it's an air compressor, so you get a little bit of noise from time to time. But anyway, so if you press this, and I'll show you on my hand, you'll see that it sprays out the white. So what I do for my events now to cover up this black is I just go in there and cover it up. And then you can put it down the beard and kind of cover, hit those lines. I don't worry about my hair because it's usually under the hat anyway. I've never had a kid pull my hat off. I know it's coming, but I feel like this is good. But I can go in here, I can adjust the spray by pulling back. This is more spray, this is less, this is none. Now, in most cases, my wife is in here. She does this. She's perfected this, but she's busy with the kids right now, getting them ready for bed. You don't get that cold, punky spray feel on your face. You really just get the whiteness. I know that I have lines, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of that as well. I need to shave. I need to line up, so I'll do that. I should have done that before I did this. The great thing with this is, let's say you have a late night gig. Let's say you have a gig that goes till, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You got to drive home. And with this, because it's not like deep down into my skin, I have slept in this and gotten up the next morning, did a quick touch up, and then literally went back out and did Santa again. I'm trying to get my light to stay up. The compressor keeps knocking it down. So give me just a second. Okay, so as you can see, it covers that white pretty good. I hope you can see that. I know that my beard, because of how dark it is naturally, it's hard to get it solid white. And I kind of hit up here on my temples a little bit. You can do your eyebrows. I don't always do them because the hat sits so low and the glasses kind of hide it. They're pretty white as it is. It gives it a more natural look, I think. Right here is the sweet spot. Getting those. But what I like about this is I have more control. With the punky sprays, it's like just bam, it's all right there in your face. But this really gives me control over how much I'm putting, where I'm putting it. I always hit kind of here. I don't worry about underneath that much because the suit that I wear kind of is fluffy right through here, so it kind of covers it up. But I always try to hit these back sides the best I can. But anyway, if you're in the comments, tell me what you think so far. If you have questions, I'll try to get to those and answer them. Let's see here. Can I see the comments? There's none yet. Wait a minute. Here we go. There we are. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like at first. The airbrush machine, Travis, the airbrush machine that I'm using, I don't know the specific brand, but if you will send me a message, I will try to send that link to you. It's on Amazon. It's just an off-brand. I didn't go with the big, expensive makeup machines because... I mean, man, they're like $300 or $400 to get the professional makeup airbrush machines. But anyway, like so now that I have this layer on, as you can see, I've got some lines that I have to deal with. And one of the things that I will tell you is frustrating with the punky and all this is getting it out. So I have found the secret to this. Some people will tell you, oh, put Vaseline around the edges before you spray and it wipes right off. Yes, it does. But sometimes that Vaseline and those coconut oils and things will get on the hair follicle or get on the hair at the end of the hair, and then it wipes right off. Well, this is my technique. Dial soap. Literally, if you're using Punky, if you're using Mayron, if you're using Ben Nye, I literally get in the shower with this and I scrub it into my beard, and in one wash, before using like the conditioners and things that we use on our beard anyway to keep the moisture in and to keep it from being ratty, I wash with this first. It washes right out without the scrubbing. So I take a bar of soap like this. I take a Q-tip just like this, and I dip it in water and rub it on the soap. Okay? Now watch. You're going to love this. No more lines. I'm cleft lip and palate, so I always hit this spot right here. No more. And like I said, I'm well aware that I need to shave for real. So, and then when it dries out, I just dip it again. And then we go after our sides. I'm going to have to grab a mirror because I can't see it well enough. But if I go right here and kind of just rub that in, water and soap. And then if I need to, I can grab a towel right here. And it literally wipes right off. And then the line and the overspray is gone. And I think that's the key if you're going to use this, is managing the overspray. I am a kind of a perfectionist in how I do things, and I never want to look like I have makeup on. But like I said, it really whitens things up from where we started. Now, the lip, again, a lot right through here. Like, I grab another Q-tip, put it on that bar of soap. Now, had I not done the bleaching this year, it would not look as good as it does. I've had people call me and be like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? So that's why I decided this year to bleach. And again, I didn't get it completely away from the makeup like I wanted to. But I'm telling you, look at the side. Okay, so this is the side that I've already done. Right? I got a few little places because I'm in the camera. I've got a shade right through here. But like literally this side is the side that I have not cleaned up. This is the side that I have. So what do you guys think in the comments? Like, do you think this is worth the value? Because here's the thing. If you're not bleaching, you can still do this. You have to layer. So you would pull up the hair and just layer with the airbrush, okay? Just like you would if you were coloring it, all right? And then, again, like this, look. Only thing on my hand's what I sprayed. It's not coming off. It's not flaking onto my black. I wore a black shirt on purpose. It's not flaking off on my shirt, right? I did get a little bit there because I had gotten it wet right there. But, I mean, look. And let's face it. The Punky, the Ben Nye, what I didn't like about it was too powdery when it dried. And it would literally rub off. I have worn this with this liquid makeup, or the mixing liquid. I have worn this in the rain. And like I said before, the great thing is I can go to bed tonight. Like I have a gig tomorrow morning. I'm a school teacher. Full time. And I'm going to all of our elementary schools this year. We have 5 in the county. I'm going to them every day from starting tomorrow, all the way to next Thursday before we get out for school to meet and greet the kids as they get off the bus. Well, the great thing is I can put this in and it literally will stay in all day. I can sleep in it if I have a gig the next day that's super, super early, if I'm out late, and then get up the next day and do it again. That's what I mean, you may have to make a little touch up, but not much. I have used a little bit of Punky when I first bleached it because it kind of got the purple shampoo gave me an ashy look, my first event. So I had to use a little Punky on the outside. But I think this looks more natural than when we really try to pack it on with the aerosol cans or comb in. Again, what do you guys think? Now I'm going to clean this other side up. So Q-tip, for those that have just joined, Q-tip, Barb Dial soap. I'm going to look in the mirror here so I can really clean that line up. And again, I didn't shave. I didn't line myself up before doing this because I wanted you all to see what color my hair really is versus what I have now. And again, I just take the towel and I'll wipe it off. I got a couple places I need to hit a little harder. But again, this is not the end all be all. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I'm a 43-year-old Santa and I love doing it. I call it my cup filler. This is how I fill my cup up after a year of doing events, DJing events, weddings. If you've ever had a wedding or been to one, you know how stressful they can be. But there it is. And I'm done. And literally this live's been going for maybe 10 minutes. So that's with me explaining. In 10 minutes, I was able to go from that blondish look to the white Santa look. Now again, if I was going out to do a gig right now, I'd probably hit it a little bit harder. I guess I can show you kind of my method there. If you, again, this is what I'm using, an air sprayer, a makeup sprayer, and it just goes right on. I also feel like, again, because this is an airbrush, I think I've got a little air pocket. There we go. Anyway, so I've got an air pocket in it. It happens every once in a while because I let it sit too long. But you just spray it on. Just like this. And if I wanted to get up underneath, I just separate the hair. And then I can get underneath a little bit, give it a little, you know, if I have some dark spots or whatever. So, again, what do you guys think? Leave me some comments. And that's it. Right there. What do you think? So I'm going to jump off here. I got to go clean this up right here. And then I got to do a couple of content videos before I go to bed tonight. I'll wash this out. Tomorrow morning, I'll get up and do it all over again. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your input. And just, like I said, as this plays, just let me know what you think in the comments.